Today, I'm going to review the DeWalt 1.7 amp hour power stack. These 1.7 amp hour batteries are the smallest of the POWERSTACK line. I believe they have 3.5 and 5 amp hour batteries out there, but I wanted a small battery to use on my drivers and on this little router here. But the first test is going to be on this DeWalt vacuum here. I'm doing a review on this as well, so this is kind of a double review. The packaging says that the battery has 2 times the lifetime, 50% more power, 25% smaller pack, and that it's the lightest and most powerful. Not much else on here. 3-year limited warranty. Let's get this open and get these charged up. Like all of my reviews, I'll be doing this review over, probably a month or so, and really put this to use and give an honest review. I paid for this myself. It's not from DeWalt. It's not hassle-free packaging. There we go. Wow. Those are tiny. Very light too. Let me go get another battery to compare those two. You can see this one is a little taller than that, but it's definitely narrower and a little bit less long. Yeah, let me check out the amp hours on this. Okay, this is a 2 amp hour and it's from 2014. So yes, that's a 1.3 amp hour. I don't know why I even keep these around. This one is probably from, I'd say probably 03 or 04. At any rate, let's get these charged up and put them on some tools. Okay. Not sure if this is the fastest charger or not, and I don't know how much of a charge these have. They probably have nothing in them, so we'll give that a little bit, and then we'll try it on the little router first, and then we'll try it on the shop vac, and then we'll try it over the course of a month or so. Well, that was kind of surprising. Battery 1 took, maybe 20 minutes to charge. That's going to vary depending on how much of a charge it has in it from shipping. Let's see what this says. It's got 1 light. All right, we'll see how long this one takes. And again, it really doesn't mean anything. What the heck? Not getting any light on this. There we go. I wonder if there's... No, it seems to fit just fine. Oh. Yeah, it's kind of loose in there. I got the little orange light, and that's the first time I've ever seen that. I got the little orange light before as well. Kind of rocks around in there a little bit. That's okay though. Let's see how long this one takes, and then we'll test these out. While we're waiting for that to charge, I'll tell you a little story. Back in the early day of cordless stuff, We had, what was it, Makita and Hitachi tools, cordless tools, and we switched over from 1 volt to the next volt. I think it was like 7 volts to 10 volts. And the new batteries had like this at the bottom with a shaft coming up into the tool. And the new batteries were incredibly heavy. So people didn't even use the new batteries. They used the old ones because they were smaller. If you were doing cabinet doors or something, you were using the tool for hours on end doing adjusting and stuff. And that big battery not only got in the way, but it was very heavy. And this is how I'm going to use this tool from now on, with this tiny little battery, at least for doing cabinet work. If I'm trying to drive a big Spax or something, I'll put a 5 amp hour or something like that. I have a 5 amp hour POWERSTACK on its way, so we'll be reviewing that as well. But this is a nice size for doing cabinet work. I got the little POWERSTACK on my shop vac. I'll be using this daily to clean up while I'm doing the testing on the miter saw. There's not a lot to clean up, but it is definitely there. And again, all the stuff on the floor will get swept. Okay, let's get going with this. Definitely lots of power. I haven't run one of these dry yet, and I'll let you know how that works. But from what I've seen on the web, it just quits, and I'm fine with that. Well, that'll about do it. All right, I'll be doing this again in about 24 hours. I've been using the POWERSTACK on this chicken coop, and it's got a ton of 3 3/4 inch screws. We got like 6 there, and then it's got these big 6-inch legs, 3/8 by 6, and then these 1/4 inch by 6 legs. So a lot of screws so far, and this is still on its first charge. So if this can make it through the entire project, that would be amazing for such a small battery. But time will tell. My POWERSTACK battery is running out of charge. Once it starts running out of charge, it does it really fast, but it has full power until then. These are real nice batteries. Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna go get a fresh battery and my combination square, and we'll get this done. It's been a month and a half since I started this review, and I left off with the stairway here. You could see all of these SPACs that I drove in with my little 1.7 amp hour battery. It's 4 there, 3 there, 3, and there's a bunch going back that way as well. I used 2 batteries to do this entire stairway. All of those SPACs plus all of these screws, and there's screws on the front as well. And I've used the tool on the Sawzall and a bunch of other stuff as well, including the multi-tool, the jigsaw, the grinder, and the circular saw. I have a different battery on there right now because I only have 2 of these. These are going to become permanent on this little router and a driver and a drill. Well, actually, I got 2 drivers and 2 drills, so I'm going to have to get another 2-pack or maybe 2 more 2-packs of these. I'm really impressed with these. If you got a wood shop, these are invaluable. You don't want something like this on a tiny little tool like this. This makes your tool a little bit more powerful, but it makes it lighter and less obtrusive. Again, something like this on top of there is just ridiculous. So, I highly recommend the POWERSTACK 1.7 amp hour battery. Really good battery, full power right up until the end, and a bit more power the entire time. I can't attest to its longevity. It says that it lasts twice as long, but I have batteries here from 2005 of the normal type, and I'm guessing these are probably going to last me the rest of my life. For the bigger tools, I will most likely have these 5 amp hour batteries on it. These things are really weird as far as the pricing goes. Same thing with the 3.5 amp hour batteries. Let me show you that real quick on the interwebs about their pricing. Oh, and they have a 8 amp hour as well, and I'll show you that too. Okay, this is the search for DeWalt POWERSTACK, and what you see, I think we got some fake ones up here. We have the 2 1.7 amp hour for 87 bucks. That's kind of okay. And then we have a 5 amp hour for 99. And then right next to it, a 5 amp hour with a charger for 99. And then 2 5 amp hours for $300. So that just does not make sense. And then a single 8 amp hour for 156. So if you bought 2 of these, it would equal about 2 of these. So got pricing that's all over the place. We'll look at the 3.5 amp hour. The pricing on the 3.5 amp hour is so out of line that I'm just not going to buy it until they come down on it. Here is the 1.7 amp hour again for a single one, so it doesn't make sense to buy that either. And we got an 8 amp hour 2-pack, which is slightly cheaper than getting 2 of these. Yeah, slightly cheaper. And then we have the 2 1.7 with a charger. So they're charging you $130 or something for the charger, because you can get these 2 for 87. So yeah, that's $125 for the charger, and you could get that right here for 99. So you're paying way less for it right here. So you really gotta beware when you're shopping for these newer batteries, because the pricing is all over the place. Here's the 3.5 amp hour, 2 of them for $279. That's just unacceptable. It's way more than the 5 amp hour. So I guess my next purchase will be 2 more of these, and then I'll probably get this. Then I'll have 4 of the POWERSTACK, or the 1.7 amp hour POWERSTACK, and 2 of the 5 amp hour. I would like to get some of these 3.5 just for the smaller size and the increased run time, but as I said, the pricing is just crazy. Okay, let's get back out there and wrap up this video. Yeah, pretty bizarre pricing on everything but the 1.7 amp hour, but I expect that to kind of normalize over the next year or so, and these will become the only batteries they sell at some point, I'm guessing. I have a bunch more reviews coming up, and I'm going to be building that miter table while doing them. So make sure you stop back and check those out.